This is Project 3, Intro to Chords in the Key of C Major, Lesson 1 Overview. Now that you know what a scale is, which is basically 8 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, from C to C. And we'll go over the theory behind all of this as we get closer to the songwriting. So the purpose of this project is to give you chord structure, to teach you and show you every chord in the key of C major, so that as we get closer to doing this lesson on chord progressions, excuse me, you will have some tangibility of notes. You have seen them, you've played with them, you've turned them around, because we're going to do some inversions later and try different variations on these chords, so you can see what is possible, what can be done once you understand chord structure. So it's really simple. For this project, you're going to start out, of course, you're going to set up your score. We'll go over that in setting up your score, your grand piano, your 80 beats per minute. You're going to have 4 measures, and you're going to use a repeat sign. Let's start with the treble staff. So in the treble staff, the first thing that you're going to do is basically you're going to build your scale ascending, going from C to C. And then in the 3rd and 4th measures, you're going to build your scale descending from C to C, going down. And then for each note of the scale, for the C, you're going to build that chord, and we'll talk about what those chords are, and we'll label them as we get closer to the chord progressions. Let's just keep it simple right now. Learn how to build the chords, and we'll talk about the theory behind it later, and you'll better understand it once you have done this exercise. So you'll build the D chord, the D minor chord, okay? You'll build this from the E, you'll build that chord. From the F, you'll build that chord, and so on. And you'll do the same thing here. Now, these are all quarter notes in the 1st and 2nd measure. In the 3rd measure, you have 8th notes. And then we go back to quarter notes in the 4th measure, okay, in the descending. All right. So now in the bass, you pretty much is very simple. You're going to do the same thing in the bass as far as building the scale from C to C, and then descending the scale from C to C. But only what you're going to do different this time is you're going to add another note above it. So you have a C here, you have C2, and then you're going to add the C3 on top of it. All right? And same thing. You have D2, D3, E2, E3, and we'll go over that thoroughly detailed, how to actually build and do that in within your lessons here in this project. So pretty much that's it. This is what your project should look like. And remember, don't forget, you have to put your note head names in there. All right, I'm going to be looking for that as well. So this is what it should sound like. Repeat. Just straightforward quarter notes in the bass, 8th notes in the treble, 8th notes in the bass, quarter notes in the treble. All right, so that's it. Start with lesson 2 and start building project 3.